Thank you for joining us. I'm Nick Vinzing.
And I'm Aliyah Shahid. We're finally getting to see just how much money Proposition 123 has raised for Arizona public schools. The measure, passed 2 years ago, settles a 5-year lawsuit between public schools and the state. Schools will now get $3.5 billion over the next 10 years from the state's general fund. But as News 4 Tucson's Danelle Confair found out, some education leaders say it still isn't enough. It's new at 5:30.
Proposition 123 generated nearly $300 million for public schools just this year, and a little over $800 million since it was passed. Arizona schools still have a lot of catching up to do, and now several voters are trying to get the Invest in Ed petition on the ballot, which would tax higher income brackets, bringing Arizona's public school funding nearly back to what it was in 2008.
Of course, we're appreciative of the funding, and educators and schools are glad to have it. But understand this is money that was won through a lawsuit. It wasn't necessarily that the governor and the legislature offered this money. It was that we had to file a lawsuit for money that had not been paid.
Proposition 123 will put $3.5 billion back into education. But even with that money, Freed says Arizona is still behind.
Prop 123 is a Band-Aid at best. We are still 50th in per pupil spending and 49th in salaries.
He says now education leaders are working to get the Invest in Ed on this November's ballot. That tax initiative would nearly double income tax rates on Arizona's highest earners and bring in $690 million back into public schools.
Impacts earners who, as a family, earn more than $500,000 annually. And as we have conversations with folks, we did polling. This is exactly the initiative that Arizonans wanted to see.
We reached out to CEO and president of Tucson Metro Chamber, who says they have not taken a position on the initiative, but have concerns.
We have several concerns regarding this current initiative on the table and the potential negative impact it would have on small businesses and large businesses as well.
If the Invest in Ed tax initiative qualifies with enough approved petition signatures, it will be on the November 6th ballot. Reporting in studio, Danelle Confair, News 4 Tucson.
New concern.